Hello, bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. You guys, I forgot to turn on my microphone and I'm a little annoyed, but here we are, you guys. Thank God I didn't start my eyeshadows. I wanted to do a video, get ready with me testing new products out. I got quite a bit of products in PR. Well, not quite a bit, but a lot for me, for my little micro channel, but I am very, very appreciative, so I wanted to share it with you guys on camera. So if that's something that interests you, stay tuned. But first, if you're new, Alejandra, I go by Alex, eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash for Japan. That is something that interests you, stay tuned, subscribe, and join us. And now let's get on with this video. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to share with you guys, and I already put it on my face because I'm an idiot and I didn't turn on the microphone and I'm a little annoyed by that, but I don't mind putting on a little bit more. These are the Game Beauty highlighters, you guys. I've been using these now for close to 2 months. I did a whole swatch video on my Instagram of these. These are amazing. I love these highlighters. Now, I am not into colorful highlighters as much as others. I am a little bit older, so my skin is not as flawless as it was in my 20s. But I can still get away with these because they are sheer, they are soft, and the intensity of the color payoff isn't so in your face like an eyeshadow where you can get away with it on your cheeks. So you guys can see that. Can you see that? I put on Electro. So I'll show you guys what I mean. So this is what they look like. I have they come in 5 shades. You have a green, a red, a blue, a gold, and then the purple. Packaging of these is amazing. I love it. It feels like a soft velvet matte, but it's all cardboard. It's cruelty-free and vegan, which I love. The size of the pans are decent, and you guys can see that it doesn't look so stark in your face, and this is what I love about these. You can use these as eyeshadows as well as inner corner highlights, and I'll show you that today as well with the other products. So I just bounce it in here. You guys can see I don't need a lot, and then I like to put it on the high points of my cheeks. I'm not gonna put too much since I already did this, and I'm a fool. I'm a fool. So that's what I typically do, and then I just buff it into my skin with a stippling brush, because if I buff it in with the highlighter, I'll add more. But you guys can see the beautifulness of these highlighters. I really, really do like these. I've been using these nonstop, whether it's to top it on an eyeshadow, kind of shift the eyeshadow that I'm working on if it is a bland eyeshadow, inner corner highlights as a highlighter. I even mix these with your traditional champagne or pinky highlighters to add a little bit of oomph. Like, I would say these two right here would look beautiful with a pink highlighter, the blue and the purple. I think these two would look amazing with them. And then the green one I think goes with gold. Green and gold will look beautiful. The red will look very beautiful with a pink or a champagne shade or gold shade. And obviously the gold, you can enhance it with a gold, add it with a pink highlighter. This one is a little bit more versatile. The most versatile one is Geode, which is like your gold, and you can see these are sheer. They're not thick in their formula, so you guys can see that it doesn't pile on your cheeks. It doesn't enhance much on your cheeks. It looks natural, and you can add it as a shift or as even a blush topper, which I really, really like. Non-stop using these, you guys. I am a fan. I do have an affiliate code. You do not have to use it. I'll put a link down in the description box as well if you want to go directly to their website and get them. If you're interested, these are not that expensive. And personally, I am not one that uses a lot of colorful highlighters, but if I were to pick a colorful highlighting formula, this would be it. They're sheer, soft. They're not so pigmented where I feel like it's just going to be like too much. Now, you guys saw. It is the perfect one. I think these are by far my favorite colorful highlighters. Like this, yeah, even more so than the Anastasia palettes that I own, the ones that are the 6-pan face palettes. I like these 100% more. Now, you guys, I'm sure you're excited about this palette. Obviously, I'm going to zoom in when I do the look that I want to do with this palette. This is the Nomad Paradise Islands palette. This was sent to me by the brand, which I'm very, very appreciative of. I don't think I am on their PR, but she was kind enough to send it to me. And you guys, I am a fan. I did a whole swatch on my Instagram as well of this palette. I did a softer rub on these shadows because I wanted to see the intensity of it if you were to use a soft hand versus digging into the shadows. There's many people out there that have brightened and intensified these shadows so you guys can see them full pigment, but what I did is made it a little bit softer to see if there is color payoff, even if you're just barely touching your finger in. And I 100% agree that there are. This is an awesome palette. First of all, I love this packaging. This is just absolutely beautiful. The turtles, it's just beautiful. Fun fact, I used to call my son my little turtle when he was first born for a specific reason, but it's a beautiful, it just reminds me of it. And I love the tropical islands. You guys know I am a summer girl all the way. If I could live in a tropical island all year round, you know I would hands down do it. I love it. So this is just happiness. Happiness in a palette for me. This, from my understanding, is the sister palette to the Antilles palette. This is no longer in production. This was one of their very first colorful eyeshadow palettes. This is in my pan those eyeshadows, obviously. So I've been using this one quite a bit. And if you were curious, if you do have that palette or you missed out on it and were interested in this new one, I can compare these two real quick for you guys. You guys can see. You can see that the newer one has more of a green. These don't really have, there's no green in here. This has a lot more green to it. And the shadows are a bit different. Let me tell you, the formula from when they started to what it is now, 100% love it so much more. And I can attest to that because I've been using this one for the last month on and off, all these shadows. And now with this one, just feeling this one so much better. They definitely upgraded their shadow formula 100%. I love it. This one is this is their first palette, that my understanding, that is bigger. You guys can see that. This has an additional 3 more shadows than your typical ones. This is 15. This has 18 shadows in it. They're still cruelty-free and vegan. And the best part about this palette, did I tell you guys? It's all 100% recyclable. From the time that the inception of this palette all the way through, so when they were building it, the manufacturing, the shipping, the packaging, everything about this is 100% recyclable, and I think that is amazing. It came with a pamphlet, which at the moment I don't have it because my kids love to take stuff like that and want to read it. But in the pamphlet, I did post it on my Instagram. It does show that as well, and it just makes me happy. It really, really does make me happy. The row of greens is killing me, but I promised myself I wasn't going to do greens today because I'm sure everyone is going to be doing greens. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this palette to kind of tie in with this purple highlighter that I have. So let's get right into it. Hello everybody. Okay, so I already primed my eyes and I have all my brushes here. This bra strap does your bra strap ever bother you so much? Because it does for me tremendously. Like I think I need to buy more bras yet again because it's driving me crazy. They're like stretched out or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's not why you're here. You're not here about bras. You're here about eyeshadows. Okay, so I think I want to start out with this shadow here in Seashell. And I should have mentioned this too. Can you guys see the imprints? You have the little huts here. You have little turtles. You have the N for Nomad in here. I think it's beautiful. I really, really like this. A little sun up here with these. It's just so pretty. I love the imprints of this, the N for Nomad. And some of these are shifting. Like this is a shifting shadow. This one's a shifting shadow down here. So you're getting a lot in this palette, which I love. I haven't been able to like this is my first palette from Nomad where I'm like, oh yes. I love their American's Parks. That's one of my favorites too, but that's more like fall and winter for me. And like, but this one is like all summer for me. You guys know my obsession with summer. So let's go with Seashell, which is that purple. I'm just going to grab it on here and I'm just going to go ahead and start on the inner corners. Whenever I like to have different shades, I like to start out in different parts of my eye so then they can mesh together. So I'm going to start right over here and just build it up. And you guys can see now these do have a lot of powder kick up, but they're not as soft as their old formula. It's really nice. I am loving the new way that they're doing their shadows. Look how soft that looks. You guys, I am so happy that when I swatched this palette and I did soft swatches, I can see that this doesn't have to be as intense as it looks like in the palette. Like some formulas, you're gonna get the intensity no matter what you do, or you have to be like extra careful. With this one, you really don't. It's actually, I'm very, very happy that they did it this way because it just helps out a lot. Okay, I'm gonna grab the same brush because I'm like that. And we're gonna go in with this shade called Stingray, which is like this. It's more of a blue-green, but it has more green to it. This one's a little bit more hard. Can you see that? Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. This reminds me, if you've been here for a while, my panning journey, Lancome Jade Liner. Does this not remind you of that when I panned that? That was one of my favorite liners, and I have yet to replace it. Look at that. That's intense, and I'm just bopping my brush in here. I'm not swirling. You guys aren't seeing me do this. I'm literally bopping. And look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Oh, I just fell in love with that color. It's definitely, looks more green in the pan, but it's like that beautiful aqua-y color. Now I'm taking my time because you guys can see it's very intense. I will have to grab another brush, but can you see the two colors together? I love these two shades together. Oh my goodness. I love this. Now let me just grab a buffing brush just to buff out these edges. This is amazing. I love it. Excited to keep playing with this palette. It's just summer. And here I am wanting to do pastels, and I just jumped right into summer. I jumped right into summer. Wow. Like that is legit gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, and there's so many shades to pick from, you guys, but I think I'm gonna go in, let me see. Yeah, I think I am. The shade right here called Whale. I'm gonna use my finger, don't mind my nail polish, I have yet to do them again. But it looks white on camera, but in person it's the blue purple shift. Let's see, oh yes. This is beautiful, look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that color. Placing this on top of a purple or even the blue would look so beautiful. And I'm barely putting my finger in the shadow. These are not as pigmented as a Menagerie or Give Me Glow formula, but it's still pigmented enough where you don't have to dig into the shadow. It's stunning, beautiful, wow. Huh. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's just buff this a little bit here to make these two come together. I love it. I'm gonna add a little bit of that blue right here. Yep, let me see. And then just add a little bit in the middle to kind of mesh these. I like to have the shadows mesh together. So I don't know. I'm not somebody who really likes that whole like separation where you like cut out places in your eyes. I'm more of the soft transition. Like you're seeing the blue-green transition into the shade, into the purple, can transition into that. Like that's my aesthetic. I think the cut crease, like all those artistic ones are beautiful and whenever somebody does it, but for me, I like the whole seamless transition instead. I feel like, I don't know, it looks pretty to me. So that's what I try to do with my looks. I love this, you guys. Wow. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna end up going with, but that's a darker blue. Let's go with this one, this shimmery shade down here, which is called Tahiti. Tahiti. It's so pretty. I love the names of these. Lizard, turtle, tiki, fish, Bora Bora, sun, sky, stingray, whale, dolphin. I think these are all beautiful. So now we're just gonna put this in here. And this one has a little bit like sparkle to it. So pretty. All right, so as I promised, I wanted to do an inner corner of one of the highlighters. So I think we're gonna go with this light blue right here called Crypto. I used Electro on my face and I'm gonna use Crypto on the inner corner of my eyes. Look, that's so pretty, see? And you're not getting a ton on your cheek. Look, see? It's not excessive amount of product, which is a good thing when it comes to highlighters, because you don't want to have like an intense blinding, at least I don't. Look at that. Okay, you guys, let me just do the liner, lashes, mascara, the whole 9 yards. We'll go back to the lips and then I'll show you guys the final look. All right, you guys, so here's the final look. For my lips, let me just tell you real quick. I used this new lipstick that came from me from Merit Beauty. This is called Slip, which is this shade right here. It's a beautiful sheer nude lip, as you guys can see right there. That's what I'm wearing on my lips. And you guys, I gotta tell you, I think I found something that's rather close to my natural lips. I don't have very, very pigmented lips. I do have some sort of like brownie in them. And I feel like this is pretty close. And I love the sheerness of it. I think it works well with these eyes. I had to put dramatic lashes on because it calls for a dramatic look. You guys, I love this. I had to match it with my earrings. I love this. I love this. Now for eyeliner, I also use this ColourPop cream gel liner in Catsuit, which is this one. It was gifted to me by one of you guys. I put it on my lower lash line. You guys are not wrong. Now this is still creamy. It still works fine. This is not even a year old and it's already falling out of the packaging. Oh, don't fall. So I am gonna have to use this up rather quickly because I don't want it to go to waste. So yeah, you guys were not wrong about that. I only own 2 and they were both gifted to me by one of you guys. So I do want to get use out of them before they actually go bad, but it's beautiful. I'm telling you, I really like it. So anyway, that is it, you guys. If you want to continue to see more looks, follow me on my Instagram. I will post more on my Instagram stories. I have so many ideas, you guys, especially with these. It's just every color in here I love. I genuinely love. I will come back and do a full review if you guys want me to, or just put it in my ranking video so you guys can hear more about it. These shades are looking stunning for spring. Like, I'm dying to play around with these greens right here. This blue green is beautiful. Even this blue performs really, really nice, you guys. It is a beautiful palette. If you're looking for something like this, it's beautiful. I personally do not have any coupon codes. If any of you guys know anyone who has coupon codes, leave them down in the comment section for those that want to purchase this palette. I don't have one, but you guys, I love this. I love this. My goodness. I'm obsessed. I love how this look came out. It looks so different from what I would have chosen because I would have went with the greens 100%. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the videos on the screen. Until then, adios.